Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Ludacris. And specifically, we're going to be talking about Ludacris's longtime manager and business partner, Chaka Zulu. Now, Chaka Zulu, when he first came in the game with Ludacris, he's always been there, right? But he liked to keep his identity hidden. He didn't even start showing his face until like Ludacris' career was kind of, on the music end was going towards a decline, and he started to reveal himself. So it's wild to hear his name out here in the news today. And it's for one of the craziest reasons you could think about as far as Atlanta goes, man. Now, to be more specific, Chaka Zulu was involved in a shooting, and he was the victim of a gunshot wound. Now, the details of this story are crazy, and it looks like one person in this situation lost their life. But Chaka Zulu, so far, it looks like he's doing all right, man, according to reports. Now, the wild part about it is, like I said earlier, how, seclusive Chaka Zulu has always been, you know what I mean? But it seems like with the current climate in Atlanta and the things that have been going down in the streets and whatnot, even somebody who's a high-level executive that stays out of the way can get lured into this mess. Now, before we break down the specifics and talk about this story, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Chaka Zulu and what took place last night. Okay, so I'm going to be referencing this story from the Channel 11 Alive News there in Atlanta, and the headline says this. It says, Chaka Zulu, longtime Atlanta music exec with ties to Ludacris, shot overnight in Buckhead. And I know a lot of people who understand Atlanta, they're like, whoa, Buckhead, that's where the money is, right? How come we keep seeing these shootings in Buckhead? How come we keep seeing all these crazy things going down at Lenox Mall? Places that are traditionally known for being nice places, right? Well, things have changed and times have changed, you know what I mean? Buckhead is still where the money is, but it looks like that doesn't exclude the crime from creeping in, man. Okay, so let's check out this breaking news clip from when the shooting first took place, man, and then we'll chop it up after that, man.
Police cleared out after being here for about 6 hours on scene, trying to piece together exactly what happened, and this is what they've been able to figure out so far. They tell us this one happened, like so many of them do, with an argument that escalated. It happened here in this parking lot behind this strip center.
Now, in that short clip, the news lady, she basically said that this all started from an argument. So one dude lost his life, two other people in the hospital, one of those being Chaka Zulu, and it all started from an argument in the back of a strip mall, man. So something easy, an easy encounter where two people could have just went their own way, and now you have a life-changing event, man. It's crazy how this always works out to be like that. Like, two people could just easily ignore each other. I don't know if a fight broke out or anything like that. That would make more sense. But if it was just an argument and then it went to shooting, that goes to show, how things are in Atlanta right now, man. Cats really ain't about fighting. They ain't really about too much arguing. It seems like as soon as there's an argument, it goes to shooting, you know what I mean? And that's not every case because, there'd be a lot more shootings than there already is, even though shootings are up. But, man, obviously there's some people who are out there who ain't even worried about pulling out the gun and pulling that trigger, you know what I'm saying, if it gets to an argument or whatever, man. So let's look at another clip of what they said on the news took place.
And let me give you an idea of where we are. We're right off of Peachtree Road, in between Peachtree Battle and Benihana's. This is behind a little strip center. You have to drive down and kind of into an alley almost where there is a parking lot below and behind the shops, and that's where this happened. Police say it was a triple shooting. One person was killed. Two others are now in the hospital receiving treatment.
Now, at the time of this news story, they didn't know that Chaka Zulu obviously was one of the victims in this situation or one of the people who was shot, right? They did know at this time, though, that somebody who was there was dead. And as you saw in some of the news clips, you saw people crying on the side, people holding their heads, all sorts of stuff, man, because, it's a tragic situation. The way that it says in this news story that, that parking garage or that parking area is in between or behind the shopping center. So you got to kind of go down and around the place just to get to the parking, man. And I always hated parking lots like that, man. I always hated those type of parking situations, man, because it's an easy place to get robbed. And number two, if there is an issue, man, you know what I'm saying? You stuck there with the issue, to be honest, speeding out and just getting out real quick. sometimes isn't the easiest thing in those type of setups, man. But, it's crazy that Chaka Zulu and Ludacris and all them are going to have to feel the after effects of just a chance encounter with some people in a parking garage. Crazy, man. So let's look at this next clip, or the final clip, I should say.
All they know is that it was an argument. Over what? We don't know. This happened around 11:30 last night. Since then, police have been out here. They have finally cleared out, but in the last 30 minutes, we watched them tow at least 3 cars from the scene. They say there is some footage they plan to look at, and that could give them more information. Right now, there is a suspect at large, no one in custody.
Now, as you heard, there is a suspect at large, so there's somebody that they're looking for. Also, they have videotape of the whole incident probably, and that they're looking at that already as well. And they've towed 3 different cars in this situation. Now, those 3 cars might belong to the 3 people who were shot in this situation. The person who lost their life and the other 2 people who, Chaka Zulu and the other person, man. Now, the news story ends by saying Chaka Zulu is best known as the manager to hip-hop artist Ludacris. His label, Disturbing the Peace Records, now a subsidiary of Def Jam, has represented artists including Chingy, Bobby Valentino, Young Jeezy, Swiss Beats, Big Crit, and Childish Major. According to a bio on the Home Depot Backyard Juneteenth event page, he's most recently served as head of artist talent at Spotify, and he's previously served as VP of Sports and Entertainment Marketing at Monster, the company formerly behind Beats by Dre headphones. Now, a bio of the National Black College Hall of Fame Foundation website says he was behind the brands for T.I., Ludacris, 2 Chainz, Travis Scott, Iggy Azalea, Outkast, CeeLo Green, 8 Ball and MJG, B.O.B., DJ Drama, and Big Crit, man. Now, earlier this year, Chaka Zulu was recognized as the 9th recipient of the Forever 404 honors presented by Cher Care at an Atlanta Hawks game. So he's well loved, and the work that he put in the music industry is well loved as well, man. So a lot of people have a lot of respect for Chaka Zulu. And like I said, when he first came out, when Ludacris first came out, and he used to be saying Chaka Zulu on the songs and stuff like that, like shouting out his business partner or whatever, nobody ever knew what dude looked like, man. There's times even when they shot music videos where Chaka Zulu would cover his face up or blur his face out in the behind the scenes footage of the music video. He was so secretive about his personality or whatever, or his identity, I should say, right? But it seems like, he's opened up and he's been highly successful working for all these different companies. And it's just a shame that things have gone this, to this extreme, or to this situation where we see him getting shot, I should say, right? Hopefully he pulls through, and we wish him the best for Chaka Zulu, but I'm pretty sure we're going to hear more from this story, especially as the video and tape comes out, man. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content, and we out of here. Peace.